Welcome back to the Urban Review. Listen to the stories that made headlines in Santa Barbara. Rolling back to last Sunday, the IRS is on the defensive. Republican lawmakers called for a full investigation into the agency. The IRS now admits it knew their employees were targeting conservative groups for additional scrutiny on tax documents in the run-up to the 2012 election. The agency insists the practice was not done for political or partisan reasons and says changes have been made to avoid further mistakes. The White House wants to see a proper investigation conducted to bring those responsible to justice. Monday, a group of defense attorneys are walking all the way from San Diego to Sacramento to raise awareness for the California Innocence Project. The group intends to ask Governor Brown to grant clemency for a dozen clients. They say they represent 8 men and 4 women. Most are accused of murder and claim they are innocent. The lawmakers are wearing flash drives around their necks that contain petitions for clemency. Moving on to Tuesday, a proposed gang injunction in Santa Barbara has been slowly moving through a civil court over the past 2 years. The so-called gang injunction is basically a restraining order against 30 known gang members with a long list of violent crimes against the community. It would limit where those 30 people can hang out and who they can hang out with. For some people, that's a hard concept to grasp, calling the injunction racist, among other things. At Tuesday's City Council meeting, Police Chief Cam Sanchez again went over a presentation that explained why Santa Barbara needs this gang injunction implemented and the benefits it will bring. In a frightening scene on Santa Barbara's east side, police got the call of shots fired just after 3 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. Witnesses reported seeing a man with a rifle at the Taco Bell on Milpas Street. A bullet casing was found underneath a white pickup truck parked outside the restaurant. Officers shut down several streets and alerted officials at Santa Barbara High School and the junior high as they searched for the suspect. No schools went on lockdown. Police surrounded an apartment complex. Eventually, they found a man wearing a hospital gown. Officers took that man for questioning. However, he has been released and they say he's not a suspect at this point. And our neighbors to the south in Kern County battled a wildfire, sending heavy smoke over Ventura County. The fire has burned through at least 4,000 acres. They are calling it the Grand Fire. The Santa Maria attack base is playing a vital role in this firefight. The planes that have repeatedly made retardant drops on the flames are being loaded up in Santa Maria. 7 air tankers and 4 helicopters took part in the firefighting efforts. The fire forced the evacuation of Fraser Mountain High School. The cause of the fire is under investigation and is being marked as suspicious. Also, some of the world's top cyclists roll into Santa Barbara Wednesday afternoon amid thousands of screaming spectators. It's been 5 years since the Amgen Tour of California last stopped in Santa Barbara. Organizers credit Santa Barbara's large cycling community for bringing the tour back to the area. Those road closures forced some people to make detours or come up with other plans. Others enjoyed the chance to see these world-class athletes up close. On Thursday, a drug bust in Santa Barbara sent 1 man to the hospital and another to jail. Police attempted to contact 2 men on Bath Street just before 6. That's when one of the men, Richard Delgado, allegedly ran away. Officers chased him to Figueroa Street, where they say Delgado put up a fight. He was taken to the hospital with a broken nose. He faces felony charges. Officers also arrested the second man, Daniel Sotelo, for drug possession and other charges. And 1 man is on the loose and another under arrest and charged with breaking into a Goleta store in the early hours Thursday morning. One of the suspects is 20-year-old Heriberto Garcia from Buellton. Deputies were called out to the barber shop in Old Town Goleta, where they discovered the shop had multiple windows broken out. Authorities shut down part of the freeway near Fairview as they searched for the second suspect. K9 units were called out to the scene to help with the search. Garcia was arrested and charged with burglary, vandalism, obstructing and resisting a peace officer, and a criminal street gang enhancement. A call-out for a stabbing at the Motel 6 on Via Real in Carpinteria went out just after 10 Thursday night. night. Authorities were quick to arrive at the scene where an extensive hunt for the suspect began. The victim is a 44-year-old man who was staying at the motel. He was treated and taken to Cottage Hospital. Sheriff's officials say the suspect is described as a half-black, half-Indian man between the ages of 30 and 40 years old. He is 5 feet 9 inches tall with a stocky build, curly hair, was wearing a white t-shirt, and goes by the name Rob. Officials say the victim knew the suspect and had reportedly worked together several months prior when they had an altercation. Deputies, along with the assistance of 2 canine units and CHP, were unable to locate the suspect. If you know anything about this incident, you are urged to call the sheriff's department. And on Friday, a smuggling boat washed ashore on Arroyo Quemada Beach overnight. At about 8 Friday morning, a resident north of Refugio saw the 35-foot boat, but no people and no cargo. The boat landed on an isolated beach below the 2 steep pathways and the railroad tracks. Homeland Security agents and sheriff's investigators found a nearly empty boat, except for some fuel and some food. Nearby, they located wet clothing and evidence of marijuana packaging. This is not the first time a boat like this has been spotted at this spot. Officials say the boat could have carried 2,500 pounds of marijuana, worth about $5 million. And finally, a part of Santa Barbara once plagued by a homeless problem and criminal activity is now up for a national award. The Santa Barbara East Side is a finalist for a Neighborhood USA Award. It will be given out May 23rd in Minneapolis. Community leaders and elected officials spent the past 3 years working on safety and beautification efforts in the area. One example is a ball field on Milpas Street. It used to be a hangout for the homeless and criminals. And for upcoming events, we have Take Our Daughters to Work Day. Let your daughter learn how to set goals for a future career. On Tuesday, May 21st, from 11:30 in the morning to 4:45 in the afternoon at the Goleta Girls Inc. That's located on 4973 Hollister Avenue. The cost is free. And on Wednesday, May 22nd at 6 p.m., we have a film screening titled Harvest of Empire, A History of Latinos in America. It will be playing at the Multicultural Center at UCSB. The cost is free and all ages are welcome. It's a film loosely based on Juan Gonzalez's book that provides a glimpse into the sacrifices and triumphs of the growing Latino community. And on Thursday, May 23rd, from 5:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., there's the Downtown Art and Wine Tour. The Santa Barbara Downtown Organization will once again host the Downtown Art and Wine Tour at the Santa Barbara Historical Museum. The cost is $60 and all ages are welcome. And we have the UC Santa Barbara's 22nd Annual Real Loud Film Festival on Friday, May 24th at 6:30 p.m. at the UCSB Campbell Hall. The cost is $10 and all ages are welcome. Next Saturday, we have the Carpinteria Museum Marketplace. You'll find antiques with over 70 vendors of collectibles, jewelry, furniture, books, plants, toys, clothing, and other household items. Free admission for buyers and selling space is $30. This is from 8 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon at the Carpinteria Valley Museum of History at 956 Maple Street. The cost is free, and it's that time of year again. The I Madonnari Italian Street Painting Festival will be held at the Santa Barbara Mission next Saturday and Sunday from 10 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. The cost is free, all ages are welcome. This is a great event for families. And that's the end of our show today. Join us next weekend for another episode of The Urban Review. Have a good one.